Okay, let's get right into it. Think about the last time you were on a website trying to use a map. Was it actually helpful, or was it just a picture? We're going to explore how that one single difference, moving from a static image to a truly interactive map, can be a total game changer for businesses, boosting engagement, and, yeah, driving sales.
Oh, we've all been there, right? You're on a website, you're trying to find the nearest store, or maybe check a service area, and what do you get? This blurry, totally unclickable picture of a map. You can't zoom in, you can't click on anything for more info, you definitely can't get directions. It's fundamentally useless. It's just a dead end.
Sound familiar? I bet it does. I mean, think about it. Have you ever just given up and left a website because its store locator was so frustrating? That little moment of friction, that annoyance, that is exactly what businesses are risking when they just slap a picture on their site and call it a map.
So here's what we're going to break down. We'll start with the problem, that useless online map. Then we'll jump into the solution, the interactive map. We'll look at the real benefits, like how it drives engagement and conversions. Then we'll see some proof in the real world, and finally, we'll peek into the future and see what's coming next. All right, let's dive into the solution, the interactive map. And listen, this is so much more than just a prettier picture. It's a totally different way of thinking. It's about turning that map from a dead image into like a living, breathing part of your website.
Okay, so the magic behind all of this is something called a Geographic Information System, or GIS for short. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but the core idea is actually pretty simple. Think of GIS as the engine. It's the brain behind the map that turns it from a flat picture into this powerful, dynamic tool that can juggle all kinds of location-based data.
And the difference here is just massive. A static image, that's just a flat picture you look at. But a WebGIS, that's like a database you can actually talk to. You're not just passively looking anymore, you're actively exploring and analyzing. It's got all these layers of info. Think store hours, services, maybe even inventory. And it can answer really specific questions like, hey, show me every location that has curbside pickup and is open right now. That's a game changer. Okay, on to the most important part, right? The benefit, driving engagement and conversion. Because this isn't just about cool tech or making pretty maps. This is about getting real, measurable results for a business. So the benefits really boil down to three main things. One, you get a way better user experience. It's just nicer to use. Two, it's an amazing way to communicate complicated info, like sales territories or delivery zones, really clearly. But the big one, the one that really matters for e-commerce, is number three. It directly boosts user engagement and cranks up those conversion rates. So why does this work so well? It's simple, really. Interactivity just pulls people in. When you give users the power to pan, zoom, and filter, they stop being passive viewers and they become active participants. They're not just scanning a page anymore, they're exploring, and that keeps them on your site for a whole lot longer. And hey, this isn't just a feeling. The data totally backs this up. Analytics show time and again that pages with good interactive maps have way lower bounce rates. People stick around longer. And that extra time, that sustained attention, that is pure gold for any online business. I mean, look at the difference in how long a user stays on the page. It's not even close. Every extra second a person spends exploring that map is a golden opportunity to guide them toward that Buy Now button. And that's the magic trick, right? That's how you turn that engagement into an actual conversion. You build a seamless path from, oh, that's interesting, to, okay, I'm doing this. You put the action buttons like Get Directions or Schedule a Viewing right inside the map itself. The whole journey just becomes smooth and frictionless. All right, next up, the proof. Let's look at maps in the real world. Because this isn't just some abstract theory. Let's see how brands you actually know are using this stuff to win. Just think about the best store locators you've ever used. They don't just show a bunch of dots on a map, do they? No way. They let you filter, right? Find locations with the exact service you need, check their hours, and then, boom, one tap sends real-time directions right to your phone. That is WebGIS doing its thing. And if you want a perfect example of this, just look at real estate. I mean, companies like Zillow and Redfin, their whole business is basically built around a super powerful interactive map. You're not just scrolling through a boring list, you're literally drawing a circle on the map to define your search area and filtering through thousands of homes in an instant. The map is the entire experience. And for anyone wondering how this gets done, it's not random magic. It's a really clear, structured process. You start by defining your goal, you get your data ready, pick the right tech, build it out, and then test and optimize. It's a real workflow.
Okay, so where does it go from here? The future. What's next for maps? We've already made this huge leap from static pictures to interactive databases, but believe me, this thing is not done evolving. So let's wrap up by taking a look at what's just around the corner.
The next wave is all about even deeper, smarter integration. I mean, imagine maps that are plugged into real-time data streams. Maps that can show you live traffic, or even which parking spots are free right now. And we're already seeing the start of interactive 3D web maps and augmented reality, where digital info is literally layered on top of your view of the real world through your phone. Wild stuff.
And that really brings us to a final, big question to think about. We've watched maps go from these useless images to incredibly powerful business tools. So as they get even smarter, more connected to real-time data, and more immersive, how are they going to change our world next? Because it's not just about websites anymore. This is about changing how we interact with the digital and physical worlds altogether.